It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And also we have the Merman.
Yo.
How are you doing, Mer?
I'm okay. It's cold as shit out there. I didn't want to come.
It's not nice out there.
No, it's not.
It's cold and it's got that dampness to it.
Exactly.
It's just it gets in the bones.
Yes.
I don't like
My
it.
balls are inside my
Yet
body
I'm
right
here.
now.
So
That's what I'm thinking.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, thanks to Albin Sporters. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform, or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film, which we'll watch if it played anywhere in a cinema in the world. Now, let's get to raging.
Okay.
Amazing man, unpredictable. Amazing man, unpredictable. He predict the mundo. Bryce is falling off his wheel to sun. He comes now, better watch out, kids. He's coming swimming to you. Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim, Murray, swim, Murray.
Swim, Murray, swim.
Swim all the way to our little Krampus Christmas hearts.
yeah.
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 So an actual short, rather light week for you guys.
It's a light week, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't
can't
even
find my balls.
Couldn't even find more than 2 movies to scrape together to go to.
There was a third that I thought we were going to, but then
Wasn't
Jim
that,
didn't
there was a
bring
bunch
it
of
up.
animated shit, wasn't there?
Uh,
or that this
we're
week coming
okay-
up? No,
we're
that's
okay
the,
with-
that's this
what
week.
we.
That's this week.
We
coming
don't.
up.
We don't discriminate anymore. We just
Apparently.
go to movies.
Well, I still
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Well, you've been a discriminative person.
I
your
don't
whole
sit
life.
in a movie theater with kids anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
We do the late nights for those
Exactly.
ones. 10
Yeah,
o'clock.
well,
There's not a lot
I
of.
mean, they're not there.
Only the parents that have terrible kids come at the 10 o'clock show.
They're all terrible kids.
Yes.
All right, so the first one is the big movie of the weekend by Sony Pictures, another fantabulous superhero movie.
Yes, and you know
For
what
the people
rule
who
is.
brought you Madam Web,
And-
The Last Venom,
You love The
and
Last
Morbius. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Morbius.
they have
Morbius
so
was
yeah,
all
they
right.
have a good track record of superhero movies.
When's
yeah,
Morbius 2 coming out?
My God, I
Hopefully
hate you.
never.
Morbius was good.
Here, do you think this one's going to make his top 10 for the year, Murray?
Sure. Yeah. I watched the trailers
100 times.
100 times, even with some of the better actors that are in this. It's still a piece of garbage. So yeah, I can't imagine you guys going above a rage. So,
But you do know Bryce's rule, right? It's
Yeah, I
a
know,
superhero
but this is
movie.
a terrible one.
Remember, he
So,
gave
I like
Black Beetle a
No,
meh.
Blue Beetle. And
That's
it
true.
was meh.
Whatever
It
the
was good.
Beetle was.
No, I'm sticking with my
I liked it.
double rage.
Okay.
And we got Queer, which I watched the trailer. I still have no idea what the hell it's about.
That's okay.
All I know is Daniel Craig is in it. It's A24, and I'm assuming that the people in the movie are gay. So
Some
of
are.
them.
some of them, well, the main ones.
Some of them are not
assume
sure.
so.
Some of them are
are-
not sure. Some of them absolutely aren't.
I didn't see a whole lot of females in the movie. Put it that way.
There's one.
There's a few.
There's a few.
Yeah.
Not too many though. Now that I think about it.
A24.
The doctor
You know, for 1940,
and
the doctor is a woman.
and the maybe girlfriend, maybe not girlfriend.
Sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Maybe prostitute, maybe not.
I don't know.
No, I don't think she's
I don't think
prostitute.
it's a Mondo. Let's go double meh.
Double
All right.
meh.
Anyway.
Nice. All right.
All right.
All right now. All right. So, Kraven.
It's like you just mixed two songs there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of songs,
It sounds like you're singing "All Right" now, but to the music of "I'm All Right."
exactly. That's
right.
exactly what I did.
Okay.
Because I'm also going to go into another song right now for those of you who are Talking Heads fans. Papa Legma Juice mixed with Super Lion Blood,
Yep.
and I think superhero movie magic gets me Kraven for this movie. See what I did there?
I saw.
I'm craving for it.
Yes.
So, as expected, with a Fox superhero film, the origin story is ridiculous, as well as the script, dialogue, acting, story, CGI animals, CGI blood, CGI action scenes, and pretty much everything you can imagine. Every single scene in this was predictable, either right from the beginning or not until it was because it was randomly or through happenstance actually happens. Thugs, just superhero magic happen, and for no apparent reason, although we still predictably get to know everything that happens. I think I turned to Bryce probably 10 times as we were watching the movie, and I said, you know, I wonder why they showed that. That's not going to mean anything later in the movie. Do you think, Bryce? And he's like, no. And then guess what, Murray? It did.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Or I said, that person's not going to be the villain, are they? And he's like, no.
They were. Yep. Everything you thought it would be.
Yeah.
But I said it just like that to be clear. No.
Exactly. This felt like it was 8 hours long, and I wished I continued to watch this at the late movie, not the 7 o'clock showing. Because if we would have went to the late movie, because we started early on our screening day, and I kind of wish we started later,
So you
because
could've
then I
slept
could have
through it?
fallen asleep watching this, and I want to say, for lack of a better word, film. Because I'm not even sure if I should qualify it as that. The female lead and her whole arc was completely stupid and completely nonsense.
Calypso.
Other supervillains were thrown in for I don't even know why. Like, I don't even understand why they existed.
Well, how was
I think just to
Rhino in
eat
this?
up
And
more
how did we
time.
just like kill him off? I always thought Rhino was like a major character. But maybe it's just because I watched that cartoon show and he was always in
Yeah,
that one.
Rhino's always in
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Rhino was always in Spider-Man.
He was. And Rhino lives at the end of Spider-Man 3.
Yes. Although he was totally different than this Rhino.
Yeah, because this Rhino was ridiculous.
I think you mean Spider-Man
And we had
2,
no
but
indication why he was a rhino.
I don't know what I mean.
Other than he went on an African safari once.
So is he actually a rhino or he's a guy in a suit?
Well, here's you know what?
no.
Nobody really knows. He didn't have a suit, but
No.
he kind of turned into like he had
He's
this.
got some tough skin.
He
is what it
had
comes
got
down to.
these
He wasn't
treatments.
really tough
He wasn't like
skin.
the stupid mechanical one from Spider-Man.
But he
2.
grew a horn,
No.
Murray. He grew a horn.
Grew an actual horn.
He grew a horn for
Wow.
what reason? I have no clue
'Cause he's
at
Rhino.
all. Oh, because it was superhero magic.
Because he's Rhino.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, we didn't really get a backstory on anybody in this, thank
No.
God. But thank goodness everyone knew everything about everyone through the magic of superhero magic. At no point was I entertained by any of this horrible superhero film. It just needs to stop. Apparently, Kraven is part of, I want to say, the super Spider Boy universe.
He's
I
technically
guess
he's a
'cause-
villain in the Spider-Man universe.
Because
Though I don't get why.
yeah, like I'm not sure. Please, can you? Maybe this is what I'm hoping happens. This is what I actually want to happen. I want them to Fox to just make one big Avengers super mashup and end all of this terrible celluloid that they're putting out into our cinemas. This was probably the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. It is a horrible, horrible rage. I hated every single thing about this.
Huh.
It's so unwatchable. If you see this movie and don't come out feeling a little sicker or a little bit more challenged somehow, then I don't know what you're watching, because this was horrible. Now, tell us what you thought about this meh-filled movie for you, little mister. Tell me all the great things that you loved about this movie.
There wasn't a lot to love about
What?
this
What are you
movie.
talking about? It's a superhero movie. It's meh.
I don't even know who this movie was for, because let's drop some F-bombs and maybe have tiny little pieces of it violent enough to get it an R rating.
But there was no blood.
Oh, there was CGI blood.
Yeah, but that's not blood.
No.
I
honestly don't know who they made this for. I guess they made this for like the die-hard superhero geek that's gonna just no matter what they put out, they're gonna go to it and go, yeah, that was
the same
great.
people who know who Madam Web actually was.
Yeah,
because no one knows who the hell she was.
Yeah,
but apparently they still made their money back. I don't know about
this one. I don't think so. No, this one made $11 million over the weekend. Guarantee you.
Are you serious?
That's what it said. That's what I read, and I'm pretty sure it played more than 11 theaters.
It's got a worldwide gross right now of $28 million.
There you go. And I'm pretty sure it costs more than that to make it.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I don't know. CGI is pretty cheap now. Like, they didn't go anywhere that wasn't filled with CGI.
Well, all they got to do is get what's his head to do the CGI. What's his name? Something 14.
Yeah, the guy who did
BC
Bigfoot,
BC 14.
Bigfoot
yeah.
versus Krampus.
They just get BC 14 because I think he pumps out like 12 movies a year.
Yeah.
And I think he spends like $12 on each movie. So.
Spoiler alert: he's part of our Krampus episode. Okay, so their budget for making this was $130 million approximately,
plus marketing.
Unless that includes marketing. Who knows?
No,
you know
it does not include marketing.
The good thing is that Sony can't keep making these movies to lose that much money every time.
Well, Sony's got all these properties that they're just rushing to cinema because aren't their rights going to run out on them at some point?
Probably.
I don't know. It's funny. I was talking with Jim about this. I was watching a series on television about the history of Marvel, and in like the 80s, they were broke. They had to sell off all their properties.
Yeah, so they sold out a bunch of them to Sony.
So I think they might have got a few of them back, but of course Marvel owns them now too anyway, but and just when you're finished with Kraven, there's another Spider-Man coming out.
Great. Okay, sorry.
Which is also owned by Sony.
What else were you going to say about this movie that was so mad about it?
I really didn't like anything in this movie.
What? What? It's a superhero movie.
Yeah, I felt bad for Russell Crowe. He kind of took his role seriously, which I wish he wouldn't have because
the only thing that could have saved this movie, and you know what I'm going to say.
Oh, I do. If Russell Crowe was on a scooter, this would have went straight to Mondo. I mean, I don't care. You can put the biggest piece of garbage movie, but if you have like a 7-second sequence in the middle of it where I get to see Russell Crowe riding down the street on a scooter, that's it. That's all I need.
The greatest joy that's ever been delivered.
It's the most fantastic sight that you'll ever see in your life, and that makes anything.
Sold.
But that's the whole thing. We don't even get that. We get nothing in this, and I don't even understand. I don't understand this character. I don't. Nothing was really explained.
I barely understand it. I didn't even see
and
the
I
movie.
guess I'm glad that they didn't explain it, because then it would have been like a 4-hour movie.
He's a villain,
a two-parter.
But apparently, he kills. He's an enemy of Spider-Man.
Well, if he's a villain, he's killing nothing but bad guys in this.
Yes, but in the comics and the previous reincarnations.
So does he start killing bad guys and then
too?
So what happened? Why does he start killing superheroes?
I have no idea. I never read the comics. I just know that's where his origins are from, and he's in the Spider-Man universe, along with Octopus and the Goblin and everybody else. The Kraven's in there too.
I was thinking about this movie this afternoon. I was like, okay, really? I gotta say this about it. I gotta say that about it.
Wait, were you doing your pants up when we walked in? Was that what was happening when you were thinking about it?
You were thinking about this movie?
Yeah.
No, I don't
remember when you welcomed us at the door and you had your pants down?
My pants weren't down for one thing.
Okay. Yeah. But you were thinking about it anyway.
No, I wasn't. I was thinking about it earlier today.
Oh, okay.
And I had all these things that I was going to say about this movie, but then I kind of forgot because this movie's so forgettable. I always think, oh yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. And then I get to the podcast. I'm like, man, I should have written something down because I really don't remember anything about this movie.
So
I watched it. I know there was I know he jumped around a lot.
He did. He's parkouring.
I know there was a lot of CGI
He was doing
blood.
a lot of parkour.
I know they dropped some F-bombs just so they could say that this is an adult movie. I guess.
It's like they're trying to be the Fox version of Deadpool versus Wolverine, maybe?
Yeah. And I remember I was disappointed because Russell Crowe wasn't on a scooter. And that's all I really remember about this.
Those are, you know what? When you think about it, those are kind of the most important parts of this movie.
So this was a rage. I hated this movie. The actors, I guess nobody was bad in it, but it's just they didn't have material. They had nothing to work with.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think that the J.C. Chandor might not be a very good director.
What else has he done?
What else? I was just looking earlier.
Well, Murray, hit us with some buttons while Bryce is looking shit up.
Yeah, he made that a Most Violent Year, which was actually okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I don't know, like, it just was like, this had so much where things were so obvious. Like, there was just, that was probably the most annoying thing, was everything was so obvious, and everybody kind of knew everything that was happening all the time. So it's like, when you thought, oh, like, I'm going to do something like this, and then it's like, no, it's like, I already know this, so it doesn't matter. It's like, how did everybody get ESP? And all of a sudden we've got, like, they threw, what was his girlfriend's / lawyer friend's name again? Calamity,
Calypso,
like her whole arc is just the stupidest arc I've ever seen in my life.
You know, I thought he directed a couple of movies that he actually didn't direct. He just produced them. So.
Oh, okay. So he actually knows how to produce.
Now I'm looking at. Yeah, he was in Viper Club, which was awful, and he was in or he produced Viper Club and he produced Run This Town, which was awful. But he yeah, looking at his movies, how could this movie be this bad? A Most Violent Year was quite good. Oscar Isaac was great in it.
Oh, hello.
All Is Lost was good, and Margin Call was okay.
Yeah. Well,
Triple Frontier was a piece of dog crap.
Maybe he's now on a trend. He's on, he can't be perfect all the time.
Because All Is Lost was that Redford movie where he was like lost at sea, and it was actually okay.
It wasn't horrible.
Wasn't great.
It's Robert.
Margin Call was good though, and Triple Frontier, that wasn't fantastic, even though it had the finest actor of mine or anybody else's generation in it.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis?
No, that would be Mr. Ben Affleck.
Oh, right. So it was bad.
So it's worth watching because Mr. Ben Affleck is in it.
Yeah,
I thought we'd actually go a whole episode without mentioning his name.
Yeah, I thought so too. But apparently,
it's one of those movies.
Why we
found a way to slip it in.
We should probably let Bryce look at the internet.
I feel like I need to watch Triple Frontier again though, because it's got Mr. Ben Affleck, who's fantastic. It's got Oscar Isaac in it. It's got Pedro Pascal in it.
Oh my God! Then I couldn't mix those two up again.
How could
Remember when I did that?
You did. Now they're in the same movie.
Same movie. No, I have to see that movie again. All right. So. Well, I think you know what. I know we have a short episode this week, but I can't talk about this Kraven.
No, it's not.
It's just horrible.
I need to. It's one of those movies. I don't even really want to talk about it. I wasn't enthused to watch it, and then I thought sometimes you go into a movie and you're like, I really don't want to see this, and then you're like, you know what? Wasn't that bad? No, not in this case. Not this case at all.
We knew like awful. 10 minutes into this we were not going to like it.
It's so bad.
But it's not like we project. We're not projecting here. Because we've been wrong.
Oh, yeah.
By trailers before.
Sometimes I go into a movie thinking this is going to be the biggest, and it's like, holy crap, that was really good. I can't believe it. No, that wasn't.
Now we're going to switch gears because when the trailer for this came out, I said, I think this is going to be an amazing movie.
I don't think I really watched
Remember the trailer?
No.
All right. Okay. Well, so Queer.
Queer. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. So Burroughs.
I don't remember the trailer.
You got to follow along there, Bryce.
Yeah. But keep up with the program. Burroughs is one of those writers that it's hard to get right transferring his writing into a film. This is my
opinion.
Thought process and opinion. In this interpretation, we see Daniel Craig as an aging, albeit supercut, drug addict, queer man who's escaped to Mexico to live because it's illegal at the time to be gay in the U.S. He's quirky and awkward and desperate to be understood and loved. But it's a battle he's desperately desperately losing. He finds who he thinks may be the one, but soon realizes he's not. All the while, he is hunting for a drug from South America that can deliver telepathy. The music is probably, I want to say, the most surprising and fantastic I've seen in a film in a very long time. I mean, we get New Order, Prince, Radiohead, Nirvana, and of course, Reznor and Ross doing
in a movie that like takes place in the 50s.
In the 50s, like it was right out of nowhere, and it's shot like it's in the 50s.
Yep.
Like I felt as I was watching it, I was in Mexico in the 50s, and yet we have all these. And we had different versions of some of the stuff.
The music was fantastic.
They played a couple of Prince songs that are like real rarities.
Deep cuts.
Like deep cuts.
Like not even on like, you really got to look.
Yeah, it's a total you got to look off of it. The film is beautifully shot, yet filthy and gritty at times, which is what you'd expect from a Burroughs adaptation, in all honesty. Like he writes like he's filthy, because he is. Daniel Craig in this is fucking incredible. When I say he was unrecognizable in this, and because Bryce and I had a discussion about this, I mean because he is transformative in this role. He may look like Daniel Craig, especially when he takes his shirt off and he looks like he's super dripping hot, but he's a different person altogether. Now, speaking of that, Jason Schwartzman, he's actually physically a different person.
Yes.
This is weird.
Stuck his head on someone else's body.
It is. I don't know how they did it. Unless Daniel Craig is really that much taller than Jason Schwartzman.
He's not.
And like halfway through I wouldn't say halfway through the movie, but halfway into the time we're seeing Jason Schwartzman for the first time, I didn't know it was Jason Schwartzman. I was like, who's that actor? I know who that is. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's Jason Schwartzman.
I knew who it was from the first time, but I'm like, what? How? What? Huh?
What is happening right now?
How did they chopped him off at the knees? What's going on here?
He was like, I don't know, like whatever.
It's like Dorfon Golf. He's walking around on his knees.
Or maybe they just Oompa Loompa him. I don't know.
Maybe.
But you know what? The good thing is he's fucking brilliant in this too.
Yeah.
This is weird and thought-provoking, mind-altering, and a fantastic self-discovery film that also includes a lot of great on-screen gay sex with our once greatest James Bond of all time. And I'm going to say, beat that, Sean Connery. Didn't see you having any on-screen gay sex with anybody.
Yeah, never.
That wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
Because he has
rest our case.
He has one note.
Yes.
No, he's just homophobic, that's all.
Yeah, he's probably that too. I love this film. To me, it had an absolute perfect, and I mean perfect, ending. The ending that's shot in this, I just thought, please don't end it any way that could ruin this ending, and to me it was perfect. And after going through what Craig goes through to get him to the end, the one moment of love that he felt through this entire film, but probably his entire life, is what we are left with at the end. Through all the strife and turmoil that he's put through, to leave us with that positive note at the end just fit this movie so well. It almost had me bawling my eyes out, but it didn't. And normally, I would have had to get to that bawling point to actually get this to Amando. But I just loved every single frame of this movie. It's probably going to make my top 10. Not going to lie.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, queer. Luca Guadagnino is one of those directors that seems to have a lot of ideas going into a shoot, and then proceeds to use every single one of them.
Yes!
It causes features to be rather uneven in tone and pace, which in a lesser director's hands may end up as a jumbled mess. But in Luca's hands, it makes for glorious and fearless cinema. The unevenness of his projects make them intriguing on a whole different level than most directors working today. For that alone, Queer is worth watching. But then you add in the performance of Daniel Craig as Bill Lee, a gay American expat writer in Mexico who spends his time high or drunk or both while trying to pick up younger men, is as good as Craig has ever been in his life. This is the best that Craig has been, and Craig is a good actor.
Yep.
On top of that, we get Jason Schwartzman as his barfly friend and Drew Starkey as Eugene, the object of Bill's affection, all up to the high acting bar that Craig sets early on in this. Eventually, we end up in the jungle where Leslie Manville plays a slightly off-kilter chemist with a shotgun.
Oh my God.
She is absolutely fantastic in this role, and what a delight. Just an absolute force in this.
She's just, like, when you see her,
God.
It's like you are the filthiest thing that's ever walked out of the jungle.
My God. So, yeah, she's absolutely fantastic in the role. And as the film continues to unravel in a magnificent, mesmerizing, delightful mess, I'm not sure I would recommend this film. I'm not even sure who I would recommend this film to.
Everybody should see this movie.
I don't know that everybody's going to appreciate this movie as much as you. I'm not saying everybody shouldn't see it. I'm saying that after everyone sees it, not everybody's going to enjoy it. And I don't think who knows? I mean, so the gay sex is obviously going to turn off some people. I don't know why. But I can only tell you what I thought of it. And I thought this was freaking Mondo. This is a brilliant, fearless movie.
It's his best
and fearless
movie.
in so many ways. Fearless in the way that it depicts certain situations, fearless in the style, fearless in the just craziness that it'll go.
Music.
Fearless in the use of its music. Like everything. I am just such a fan of this director. I just think he's so good. If it wasn't for his remake of Suspiria, which was
still okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was meh.
But I mean, you know what? Maybe we do need to discuss him again because, of course he did Bones and All, which was like so amazing.
Mondo.
I don't know. Maybe we need to.
I'm just gonna. I mean, we'll talk about.
I think we've discussed him before, though.
Well, okay. So the good thing is that he made Challengers after Bones and All.
Yes.
Because Challengers for me was a meh.
Yeah.
And also,
I think I might have Mondoed Challengers.
You did.
Yeah.
And Suspiria was Mondo, but Call Me By Your Name is Mondo.
Absolutely Mondo.
Yeah. And Suspiria was meh. Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk about him in the new year. Yeah, we'll maybe if we get some time watch.
But yeah, this movie is just so good, and the characters in it. Oh man, like when Leslie I couldn't believe you didn't even discuss Leslie Manville in your review. I know there's only so much time. There's only so much you say, but
well, I knew
when
you
she
would,
hit
so
the screen,
I wasn't worried.
My
about
God, she was just so good.
Yeah.
That whole sequence is so nutburgers.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And the thing is, here's the thing. In that scene, there's the most obvious, rubber snake that's in there.
Yes, there's a rubber snake.
It doesn't matter. And it's supposed to be real.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It fit. Because everything's just so crazy at that point. Because that's what he does. He's like, he lulls you to sleep. And then he's like, are you paying attention?
Because I'm gonna fuck you up. And then the whole scene when they're on the ayahuasca and they're melting together. It was like something out of Society. It was like
I love this movie.
Yeah, I
just love this movie.
That's what I said. This is gonna make my top 10 for sure. And here's the thing, right? Like you said, people who appreciate art house films.
Yeah.
This is a movie. And I would hope
and
most of the people that
complains to you
us,
about the same old crap they're seeing. Well, you watch this. This is not the same old crap.
Yeah, but also the people that I think listen to us. I don't think people that are huge fans of Marvel are listening to our podcast.
Fair enough.
I hope that the people that listen
if they
to
are,
us,
they don't like us.
Yeah, because it's like I want to hate fuck the entire film range just because the things they say about my beloved superhero movies.
Not the entire film rage crew.
Whatever. You're not loving a lot of this.
Yeah, I don't read about it as much as you guys do.
Yeah, but you still don't like it.
Yes.
Come on.
But yeah, this was such a breath of fresh air. Oh my goodness, was this an original piece and just so good.
It we've seen other Burroughs adaptations that they're just, the director can't get it.
Yeah. And then we've seen that where they can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, you almost have to go off the deep end because Burroughs was off the deep end. So you got to have some you have to have some crazy ways of getting the stuff on screen, and I tell you, Luca is just so good at it. He's just the nuttier the script, like he'll make a masterpiece out of anything. Yeah. He's just so good.
There is some scenes in this, Murray. Murray is not comfortable with watching gay sex and
no, I'm not.
And I can tell you, there's a scene in here when Daniel Craig meets his crush for the first time, and like my toes were curling with Daniel Craig's ability to suck a dick. It was like, oh my god!
And then at the end of it, he snowballed him.
Totally snowballed.
It
was so good.
It's like he's like, no, don't spit it out.
It's like, oh my god, there's scenes in this I'm just not even
then we
sure.
got some deep kissing with some added lubrication.
It was so good. Oh my god, all right, well, that was a pretty balanced week.
Yeah.
Did you hit us yet?
No, I haven't.
Because we're too excited.
Stopped talking yet.
I know, we're too excited. This film is so good. Mondo! Yeah, if you like our podcast, or if you love our podcast, you have to see this film.
Yeah.
It's a must-see.
It's
in
amazing.
Cinema, too, because it's brilliantly shot.
It sure is.
Oh, speaking of brilliantly shot, what you got for us this week, Buckaroo?
Well, speaking of love.
The
more traditional kind.
What? That is traditional kind.
This week, I offer up a little Festivus cheer.
Nothing says I love you like Snowball and someone else.
All right, enough.
What kind of love are you talking about? Christmas love?
Let's start over again.
Okay, Christmas love?
Yes, it's a Festivus cheer in the form of a classic and universally loved holiday film with a huge list of big-name actors and all the smarmy, lovey-dovey
Miracle on 34th Street.
That comes with a typical Christmas movie.
It's Miracle on 34th Street.
No, it is, of course,
It's a Wonderful Life.
Love Actually.
Oh.
Which I have actually never seen.
What?
Despite
That's a Murray movie.
Over 20 years ago.
That's a total Murray movie.
Is that the one with Bill Nye,
that's
the
Bill
acting
Nye,
guy?
the acting
It is.
guy. So I figured, what the hell?
It's a Murray movie. Murray loved it.
I didn't know I was going to like the movie or not. It's 20
We
years
could have
old.
told you
Murray
that.
loved it.
Let me first read off the cast.
Yes.
Hugh Grant.
Yes.
Emma Thompson.
Yep.
Yes.
Colin Firth.
Yes.
Alan Rickman.
Yes.
Bill Nye.
Yes.
Liam Neeson.
Yes. Liam was
Keira
good in it,
Knightley.
too.
Good in it.
Martin Freeman.
Yep.
Pretty much every well-known British actor from the 2000s.
I can't believe you've never seen this.
Never saw it. I didn't think it was a Christmas movie.
we actually did this on our podcast.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
It was one of our Christmas episodes you didn't make.
Yeah, it was somebody's
not there for
favorite.
that?
Yeah, it was somebody's favorite movie.
They also threw in a few Yanks, like Laura Linney, and Billy Bob Thornton acting like Trump before Trump was Trump. The story of the film revolves around 8 couples with completely different relationships.
Yep.
There's Hugh, the Prime Minister, who's in love with a staff member. Alan Rickman, married to Emma, but pursued by his horny secretary. Andrew Lincoln from Walking Dead, in love with his best friend's wife, Keira Knightley. Colin Firth, the writer, who falls in love with his Spanish cleaning lady but can't tell her. Bill Nye is delightful as a washed-up rock legend who puts out a cheesy Christmas song.
Oh, it's such a good Christmas
bashes
song.
it in public, and yet still ends up as the #1 hit of the year. The only thing I didn't get was Martin Freeman's story arc.
Yeah, you don't
He's
need
a
it.
stand-in actor on a porno or a softcore film who falls in love with his female co-star / stand-in while they're shooting nude scenes all day.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That was weird for me, but funny, but weird.
Okay.
Out of all of these separate tales, my personal favorite was, of course, Liam Neeson.
It was a good tale.
He played a widower who was charged with leading his 10-year-old stepson.
Yeah,
his
the
first
kid
was adorable.
That was the kid from the Book Runner or whatever it was called. Maze Runner.
Maze
It was the Maze Runner.
Book Runner.
This relationship was so
a
sweet
book.
and funny and melted my heart instantly.
Yes.
Of course, with this kind of movie, it's a given there will be all kinds of Hollywood happy endings.
So many happy
Not
endings.
all of the characters find love at the end.
No.
Which was the brilliance of the story.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just don't work out.
True.
At the end, almost all of the different characters somehow end up at the same children's Christmas concert.
Isn't that amazing?
How convenient.
It is.
So convenient.
It's almost like a Christmas miracle.
Yes.
So you guys maybe didn't like it as much as I did.
Oh, I know you liked it.
It's very
I liked it.
Christmassy
I liked
and
it.
cheerful and happy.
It's hard not to.
No Krampuses to be found anywhere.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Is it one of my favorite Christmas films? No. But it was still very good, and I may add it to my annual holiday watch list. So, yeah, very high meh. It was
Okay.
High
good.
meh, really.
Yeah,
It
so,
was good. It
so
was
you
a-
liked it the same
Bill
amount as Bryce
us.
and I, because
Yeah.
we both gave
Yeah,
it
I
a
didn't
man.
think you would like that. I thought it'd be too happy for you
No,
guys.
Yeah.
the stories
And
in that...
And Bill Nye is so good.
Bill Nye
the
was
the
awesome.
stories, like, what's good
Nye.
about Nye, the stories are so tightly written. Like, the writing in Love Actually is really tightly written.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, really, a Christmas movie
Well, yeah,
slash
there's so many
slash
different
romance.
stories, but it seems it interweaves. Like,
Yeah.
like Emma Thompson is like the sister of Hugh Grant,
Yep.
which and then at the end, you find out the girl that he's looking for lives next door to the lusty secretary that is going out.
That's why they all live in the
right next
same
to each
place.
other. So,
That's
yeah,
why they
it
all
was-
live in the same
It all
place.
weaved together. It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
but what I'm going with it on is the fact that, like, it's hard not to like it because the stories are quick and painless. If you had one of those stories, like most of these Christmas movies do, and stretched it out over an hour and a half, it would be horrible.
Yeah.
Because none of the people are interesting enough to have a whole movie.
Yeah, I know.
about
Everybody
them.
had their own good story arc. It was good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's good.
So yeah, that was what I watched last week. So
Nice.
I had another one to my Christmas list.
Sweet.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, my dog's licking Murray's knee.
Nice.
He's not eating stuff out of my pockets anymore.
Yes.
I got stuff in my pocket. You want to come and lick it?
Oh, he'll lick it. He'll put it right in his mouth.
All right.
And he'll try to swallow it.
He does. He swallows everything. His
does.
dog literally eats everything.
Everything, yeah.
All right. No surprise that my rage this week is. I mean, I could say it's Kraven, but it's not Kraven. So we're going to get, like, I think 12 movies for the 2 weeks at Christmas.
That we're off. Yeah.
So this is my rage, and often, I mean, it's part of a similar rage I have multiple times. But over the Christmas season, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see 12 fucking movies because I have a whole bunch of things to do with the holidays.
Yep.
We've got to celebrate Krampus, and then we got Boxing Krampus the day after, and there's just not as much time. We saw 2 movies this week. We could have squeezed in a third or a fourth movie this week. Have it still playing over Christmas because if people didn't get to see it. But don't fucking release 12 movies over Christmas and then expect us to see them all. I'm just like,
Well, this is Oscar season, so that's when they release everything.
well, none
all
of those
once.
movies are going to be Oscar worthy,
Well, some
except
of
for
them are.
maybe Nosferatu.
No, the Bob Dylan thing will probably get something.
Maybe.
But I'm just saying is that's when studios release their biggest heavy hitters that they want to be up for awards between
No, they've
Christmas
been
and New
releasing
Year's.
them for the last month.
Yeah, but
We got Angelina Jolie, who's
but they
probably
usually
going to
wait
get
until
one.
the
We
end
got
of the year because then it's still fresh in their their voters' minds when they go to vote for movies.
It's
something that came out in March. No one remembers what the hell came out in March. So yeah, they all release stuff at the end of the year. That's the way they do it.
Yeah, well, okay, then that's why I'm raging.
There you go.
Because I don't have time to watch 12 movies.
Who does? That would be you, Bryce. Your rage?
What about my rage?
What is it this week?
It's time.
Do you have one?
Do your thing.
My rage's pretty simple. I think it's...
Simple? That's not normally your rage.
I'm surprised it wasn't Jim's rage.
Oh, you mean I thought it would be crazy?
You know what? My rage is a little deeper, though. My rage is actually with the Pope's Exorcist.
What?
For originally showing me Russell Crowe on a scooter.
Yeah.
Because now every time I see a Russell Crowe movie,
You
if I don't get a
expect the
scooter,
Yeah.
I'm severely disappointed.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? Here's the thing: is
So-
we got eased into.
So my
it 'cause
rage
that
was
a
like
man.
no scooter, but really it's a deeper rage. It's kind of like I almost wish that I never saw it, even though it brought me such joy, because now I have such disappointment every time that I don't see it.
I think we should watch it again because we only gave that movie a meh. And majority of the reason for the meh was because of the scooter, because the movie was not really good.
It wasn't great.
No,
it
but the
wasn't,
scooter
but the
really
scooter-
pulled it up. It
it
lifted.
pulled-
It's this happens to you more than me because usually I like to judge the whole movie, but with you, 5 minutes of a movie or 30 seconds
If it's
of
brilliant,
of 30 seconds of brilliance
yes.
can make up for an hour and a half of
It depends. It
non-brilliance.
depends where that 30 seconds of brilliance is put. And yeah, sometimes
Whereas
So-
95 minutes of
I won't
brilliance
say that
and
what you're
2
saying
minutes of
isn't true.
crap, and it's a rage.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Hey,
with him
I
too.
won't say that that's not true either. It's, you know what? At the end of the day, it's how the movie makes you feel after you've finished watching it.
It's true. You know, but you know what? I think the reason why that never got to Mondo is because the scooter ride was at the beginning of the movie. So that's what they should have done.
They
is
should if they would have ended it.
They
or
should have
even put
bookended it.
Yeah. Whoa! Double scooter?
Yes.
That would have been brilliant.
I know.
Now that's all I want. I want Russell Crowe on a scooter twice.
Well,
in every
you do
movie
know
that he's
there's
in.
going to be a Pope's Exorcist too, right?
He better be on a scooter. If he's
If he's
not on
not riding
a scooter,
it's going to be a rage.
that's it. I'm burning the theater down if there's
Yeah.
no scooter.
Well, there will only be you and me in it, so as long as we
That's
can
right.
get out.
There we go. It's probably
So
true.
not enough
It's
scooter?
Sad, but
So
true.
not enough
Not enough
scooter.
scooter is, yeah.
All right.
As in
right,
none.
then.
Yeah.
None
All right,
scooter.
We got so much. We've got so much Russian accent, Russell Crowe,
so
but
much
not
Russian
enough
accent.
Russian.
That's
Russell.
I can't believe you didn't bring that whole freaking movie. Everybody spoke with a bad Russian accent. That's usually like the first thing when you're raging on a movie.
I was already hating everything
Yeah,
about it,
it's
so it's
just
like
one-
it's just
it's-
one.
it's
another
like, where do
log
you-
on
where
the
do you
fire.
stop?
Yeah, where do you? Then I would have talked about it more.
Yeah,
It's just like
fair
oh.
enough.
Yeah, because although Russell Crowe did have the best Russian accent in the entire group
Yes.
by far.
Of course.
Yeah, it's better than his Italian when he was Italian in
Pope's
and then yes, in Pope's Exorcist, or when he was Greek when he
Yes.
was in the Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he
You
was in
know
the
what?
Thor movie, yeah.
Yeah.
When he played Zeus.
Yeah, so
yeah, I know that
so,
was terrible
this
too.
is you know what I think it is. I think people now are just going to Russell Crowe for his accent ability,
Maybe
right? Because isn't he Irish?
he's Australian.
Australia.
See, I don't even know. I don't even know what his accent is. I haven't heard him speak in his origin accent.
Isn't he Irish?
I don't know. Who knows? He's been in some Irish movies.
You're thinking of
He's had
Cillian
Irish-
Murphy.
No, oh, right. No, I think Cillian Murphy's from Wales, isn't he?
I thought he was Irish.
I don't know.
Pretty sure he's
But
Irish.
you know
I
what?
don't know.
The important thing is that I haven't heard Russell Crowe's real voice ever
I have.
in any movie. Like, what movie has he ever spoken in an Australian accent?
I don't know.
Think about it.
Yes. I tell you, the one person we haven't heard the voice of is Tom Hardy. I don't know what his voice is.
I don't know
It's-
either.
It is every single role is completely different. You sit there, run them. Every single role, the guy's got a different voice, like completely different. Like it's not even close.
Yeah. And isn't he from some like?
Murray's sitting here itching to end this podcast.
I just want this to end, whatever it is.
What are we talking about? Look at who's. Yeah, Russell Crowe is your favorite actor.
Yeah, but the music ran out. His rage is over. We're done.
Put some more music on.
No, let's just end.
Just press some music.
Just end.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
How about I play Deck the Halls for you?
No, that's better. Now that's rage music. Well, this is our last regular-ish episode of the season. Check in next week where John from Life's But a Song will be on our 5th annual Krampus episode. And I want to say this now. Sorry, John. Like, just so sorry.
So sorry.
Between Krampus and New Year's, we have a special interview with a local film director, and we talk about cryptics from Mexico. On our first episode in 2025, we'll be jam-packed with our Mondo 10 and Rage 5 for the entire season, our holiday season viewings, and the Film Rage Awards, which you all look forward to for 2024. Do not miss it. Thanks, Ragers, for listening and supporting us. For going on now, we're into our 6th year. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, for being our god of rage. Don't worry, Casey's back in the New Year's. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com. We're always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. You can do that twice. Dare us see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 give us Russell Crowe on a scooter. That's it for this year. Rage on!
Rage on!